All right.
Fucked it up.
Well, let's go ahead and get started. So last session, we picked up with you guys, finishing up with Dracula's Horde, picking a few gems and a pretty sizable pile of gold out of there. You ran into a group of drow that were at the same time coming into the fortress as you were leaving, and they just kind of let you pass without much of an interaction, and vice versa. You guys continued back to Hallara. Took you a few days to get there. You stopped back at the Leaky Wheel along the way, where you had previously encountered and killed Eric, the extremely lucky halfling. Shin happened to have a chance encounter with a man named Desmond, who provided him with a blade passed down from Shin's parents, and some words of warning and wisdom against the order that Shin belongs to. You finally made it back to Hallara, and spoke with Zalathorn, the head of the Wizard's Order, who agreed to look into the possibility of acquiring some magic items that you had been looking for, and you made a quick trip to what doesn't kill you, where Laros didn't kill what's his name? Hazu. For his potion antics. And interestingly enough, bought another potion from Hazu.
What doesn't kill you?
Doesn't. All right, and that's pretty much where we left off. As you guys head out from the shops and pick up a few other supplies along the way, suddenly a message comes to Erixus in his mind, and you hear a semi-familiar voice, and yes, hello. Oh crap, what's his name?
My journal has all of the characters.
This is Arcath at the archive. Your books you requested are ready.
You have to speak up. I'm a little hard of hearing.
Cats it again.
There's a pause, and you receive another message. This is Arcath at the archive. Your books are ready.
Yeah, the cat at the archive says our nooks are ready.
Oh, I was gonna message him. I was gonna message him. That's good. What do you say exactly?
Just walks up to Zorkris and screams in his face, "This is Arcath at the archive!" is the word for the message.
I'm gonna send a message to Arcath. I'm gonna say, "Hey, Arcath, this is Zorkis. Are our books ready yet?"
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
Yes, your books are ready.
A deep sigh.
Oh, Erixus, he said the books are ready. You're right.
I don't know if my channel is still open to Arcath. I'll say thank you. Zorkris told me the books are ready.
Oh,
You can only reply once.
Spell.
Oh. All right. Well, there you go. Game over. All right. Shall we head to the archives? I have a bone to pick with Cyril as well. Not a bone question.
Oh, do you want me to ask Cyril a question?
No, I'd rather ask him in person. If he's not there, then we'll message him. If we're gonna go anyway and collect some books.
It's gonna take 3 days to get there, right?
I think so.
No, it's about 24 hours back to the top of the mountain. Walking.
Oh. Okay.
I think.
What about if we were flown?
Yeah, it's only about a day's
Didn't
travel.
we fly last time?
I think so.
You did.
The owls dropped us up at like the base of the mountain, no?
Yeah, they reduced her.
And then we had to walk the rest of the way in the cold
They-
and stuff?
They dropped you off at Mount Talath, the town of Mount Talath. which is set below the temple quite a ways. So it did take you. You do still have to trek up there if flying, because they can't fly you all the way to the top. But it does cut a few hours off the journey. But all told, it still takes about a full day to get up there. Everything. But it's up to you.
When we were in the potion shop, the Kashem gave everybody a greater healing potion, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I gave
Everybody?
Oh, really?
You got
5 or
6.
6.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, it's yeah, you got 6.
I gave mine. I'm giving my Trozero.
Well, I think everybody got one except Fillerin.
Yeah, so I'm giving the
Wow.
one I got to Rosero.
Whacked out for that.
Oh, so you're giving her a second one, you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll update my
All right,
sheet.
so you have 2 greater healing potions.
Amazing.
Are we horsing it or are we walking?
I mean,
Does it
I'd
make a
rather
difference?
horse it.
With a cart?
It's the same travel time with the cart, but
Oh.
you're
I don't care.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
it is
bring
available.
back all the loot we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
I mean, it is available to you.
Very-
And, you know, obviously you own the cart, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's saves you some potential exhaustion, I guess, or whatever the other inconveniences may come along with walking on foot.
Just take the cart then, guys.
Might as well.
Yep.
Went so smoothly last time, right?
Yeah.
All right, you make your way towards Mount Talath. It does take just about a full day to get up there. A little less than a full day. But it is about 16 miles to the mountain from Hallara, which is, I think, about 5 or 6 hours of travel. And then a few hours more to get up to the peak. The trip is pretty uneventful, but you do reach the town of Mount Talath around sundown. Given that you had already spent a few hours of this morning's shopping and then pretty much the full day travel to get there. So as you arrive, the temple will be closed, and you would have to spend a night in a tavern there, or like around the mountain if you would rather stay in the dome.
Stayed in this town before.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did once. There's a small, very dinky tavern that doesn't offer food or anything. It's basically just they have like 2 rooms and a barely functional building. Hey, what's up, Eagle?
Should we
Didn't really miss anything
camp
yet.
or go to the tavern?
We go to the tavern.
We've already stayed there, so
Yeah, they
You
did.
will turn down an opportunity to perform.
I mean, yes.
Of course.
There you go. We have to keep our priorities in check.
I'm also making myself hot chocolate like a 10-year-old.
Hot chocolate's delicious.
I got
Thank
a couple of those chocolate bombs left. Hot cocoa bombs.
Oh, the one that you were making before?
Yeah.
Wish I had some hot chocolate. Sounds lovely.
Smiths, don't overthink it. So we go tavern?
I think
Tavern.
tavern.
Tavern. Yeah,
Tavern.
We might glean some new information for something.
Rixus is feeling like a talkative itch coming over him.
Uh-oh.
He's like twitching.
Wait, you want to see that Cyril guy, huh?
No, I just need to talk. There's someone that I just need to talk. Rixus needs to talk now. Come on, let's go. Go.
I
Rixus is
understand.
like-
I understand.
It's like
To the
so rarely
tavern.
do we do anyone.
Did
Huh?
I give
So rarely see or talk to anyone in real life.
the name?
So I have to do it in my role-playing games.
Yep.
Rosera could go for some kind of adult beverage. Let's go.
I'm just looking. I don't think I gave you a name for the tavern before.
No,
I can't remember if we
I don't
covered
have
that or
it on
not.
my sheet. I don't think we stayed. I think we just trekked all night.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Or,
think we
like,
stopped
I
at this
ate-
tavern.
Yeah. There was one where I was the only one that ate, but you said this one doesn't have food. I remember that because in real life I was hungry, so
IRL.
I was
All right.
like, what does Eric can eat?
You guys make your way to the tavern at Mount Taloth. It is, really, really run down. They have some ale available and 2 rooms, but there's, as I said before, there's no food service. There's hardly anybody in there. It's just a couple people who look kind of waylaid and just kind of there because they have no other option. There isn't really a whole lot of travel to and from Mount Taloth, just because it's high up out of the way, and pretty much the only people who come here are the rare people who are looking for some sort of pilgrimage to the Temple of Mystra, and wizards coming to the archive, basically. And most of them have better means of travel and lodging that doesn't require them to come to such a place. But as you enter, there are a couple people sitting at a table, and it's just kind of a very quiet atmosphere. And you kind of get the idea that they're just looking to get out of there as quickly as they can.
I would see if I could interest anybody in a short story played in song.
Interpretive dance.
The bartender just kind of shrugs and, "You're welcome to try."
Try I will.
Give me a performance check.
Rixus just picks one of the sad people to sit down next to and just starts poking him.
Wow.
Oh boy.
That's aggressive.
Oh, that performance.
As you hop up and kind of take a center stage spot just amongst the 2 or 3 tables scattered around the room, it's you get a couple eye rolls from the patrons, and after a moment though, they actually become kind of enthralled, and they're really enjoying it, and it's kind of a nice change of pace from their previously dreary and lackluster stay at this tavern.
My hat gracefully falls off as I slowly nudge it towards the edge of the stage.
One of them reaches into his pocket and pulls out a silver and tosses it in.
Aw.
Wow, a whole silver.
I flash him a thumbs up, and my thumb blows with fireworks.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you're looking to do, or are you just spending the night?
Any interesting looking people?
The couple people that are in there, just they have worn travelers' clothes. You're not sure if they're local or if they just come here for a drink occasionally, or if they're for some reason or another passing through. But they don't look certainly not particularly well dressed or noteworthy.
And is the bartender looking like on a scale of the bartender and Hallara compared to the what were their names? I had their names. Hold on. On a
Baru.
scale of Rangram to I don't have it written down. The one in our town. How nice does this bartender look? Yeah, Baru. That's it.
He's about 1/10 of a Rangram.
Oh, okay. So
Like
then
the bartender very much so matches the establishment. It's very raggedy clothes, and I mean, you get the impression A, he doesn't get a lot of business, and B, he doesn't have a very expensive clientele that he can charge a decent living off from.
How do you spell Baru? Does it matter?
No, wait. Wrong double. Baru.
MCO.
And that's the leak. Which was the name of that?
The Rusty Blade, or
Rusty Blade.
Yeah, that's it. Adding it. All right. Yeah, I'll just finish my song and just go sit with the group and start to wind down for a rest until we get up to Mount Salath in the morning.
I think it's Baru. Now I'm second guessing myself. Yeah, it's Baru. Okay.
What was that, Adam?
I said we're gonna get jumped in the tavern.
Possible.
How much are the rooms here?
Yeah, how much are the rooms?
Or is he willing to work a deal for the entertainer of the evening?
I give you a deal for the one room available for 5 silver.
One room for 7 people.
That's what's available.
Yeah, we'll cuddle.
All right.
You guys,
I mean,
you guys cuddle in a 20-foot dome every night.
this is
How do
true.
you know? How do you know our lives? Who are you?
It's body warmth, We gotta keep each other snuggly.
All right. I'll foot the bill for this one. We'll take the room. I call top
All
bunk.
right.
That was a wise call.
I'll set an alarm outside the door in the room.
All right. You guys spend an uneventful but decidedly uncomfortable evening. There's one bed that can kind of barely fit 2 people, but it's definitely not designed for it. And yeah, everybody else is just kind of resigned to the floor or wherever else they can kind of stick themselves in a pretty cramped room for 7 people.
Spend 2 hours tinkering with one of my spell scrolls and try to learn it level 1 ice knife.
All right. Yeah, you have I assume you have the components all
I have instant
squared away.
orders. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, you can go ahead and add that to your spellbook.
Was 50 gold as well.
Spelled that wrong. Lavender. Lavender.
All right. Nice
It's the
passes.
calendar.
Night passes uneventfully. You don't have. You shouldn't need any long rest or anything. So everybody should already be full up on everything. So yeah, you guys wake up in the morning and make your way back to the Temple of Mistra. It just takes an hour or 2 to get back to the top of the mountain. It is a pretty well-beaten path. There hasn't been any recent inclement weather or anything to set back your journey. So it is easy to make it up there. And you arrive still pretty early in the morning and enter the temple doors.
Quick question. We officially made our requests to Zaldorm, right? And we would have done that, we did it offline, but we would have in character done it to him.
Yeah, and he responded that it would take a bit of time at least to try to come up with with whatever items he can come up with.
You guys would like recognizably notice Will Rose is like super excited, like requesting the item that he requested, and like he's just like really hoping that he gets it. He just like dances around and he's just kind of just like very giddy about it all.
Hint, hint to the DM.
The precursor of role playing, if and when
All right.
Okay.
What did I put in the fire or in the offering last time? I just offered money, right?
I think you tossed in a couple gold or something. Let me see if I noted exactly what it was.
Maybe you could do.
Oh yeah,
a
like
song.
I laid down a weapon on the altar and then tossed money in, right? Or something like that, I think.
Yeah. I think you put your short sword on the altar.
And then I threw like a gold, some gold in there. Okay.
Do we have to make another offering today?
I don't think we
Oh,
had
was-
any clue.
Yeah, we didn't have to make one. I just wanted to see
Yes.
what would happen.
Being generous.
Yeah.
Showing
Yeah, I
off
didn't
how
write down
rich
what
you are.
I didn't write down what you put in. I did write down that you did spend a night at the tavern, though. But I didn't.
Oh,
I apparently don't have a name or anything for it, so. At any rate, you guys are back here at the temple.
Cool.
Pretty much the same scene that you had seen before. There's a couple guards standing at the front entrance and a variety of what looks to be young wizardly students who are busying themselves with a few books at various desks across the place.
Okay.
God,
We
give
get
me
our
adios.
I bow as I pass the altar. This guy's name again? I have it.
Arcath.
This
Arcath.
Arcath Whipbraid.
He's the guy that was telepathing us.
Just
Yeah.
walks right up to Arcath and says, "Excuse me. Are the books ready yet?"
He didn't notice your approach, but looks up kind of startled as you come up to the desk suddenly. Oh, yes. Orixis, was it? Yes, they are ready.
Yes.
Do you have handy what we asked for again?
The
Boy,
books you asked
list
for?
again? Yeah.
Well, see what he gives us.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what we asked for, let alone to know if he gives us all of it.
Well, it'll be a fun surprise for you then.
All right.
He disappears for a moment into the doors in the back and reappears a moment later holding a pretty sizable stack of books and sets them down on the counter as he begins looking through them and handing out each one. He hands one to Rosira, one to Wiros, one to Erixis, one to Rain, and two to Zorkris.
Oof.
You got books.
All right.
Zara would immediately open hers and start paging through it.
Please
Leaning
feel
on
free
the,
to
desk.
feel free to use the desks around. They are at your disposal, and return the books to the bookshelves at the end of the rows when you are finished.
What book did I get? I think it was something about music, right?
Yeah. So in your hands is a very new-looking book. It's somewhat smaller, more novelesque than like a grand old leather-bound tome. But on the front it says "Holidays with Hags" by Davil Starsong.
Would I recognize anything in it?
Make a history check.
You stray. Ooh, man.
You immediately recognize the name of Davil Starsong as a very famous bard from the town of Waterdeep. And looking through the book, it is a somewhat semi-autobiographical listing of some of and description of a lot of his exploits and such that he has laid claim to. If you want to make a intelligence check for me.
Intelligence? Straight intelligence?
Yeah. I mean, plus your modifier, but yeah, just straight intelligence.
Not much of a modifier.
Oh,
Oh, what?
Negative +1.
At least it evens out. You spend a couple hours reading through the book, and it's not it's hard to parse out any particularly relevant information. It is very grandiose, and you guess that there's probably a lot of embellishment going on in some of these tales, kind of like the Gilderoy Lockhart of Waterdeep. As if you want to continue reading, though, you can make another check for a couple additional hours of research.
Okay. Now or?
Yeah.
Okay, I will do it again. That's better.
All right, so you continue reading on, and as you dig a little bit deeper into the stories, you do seem to pick up on a lot of threads and themes of underlying ideas on how he's able to sway crowds and inspire people around him. And you take away... Well, 20 so slow. I added a new feature to your character sheet.
Ooh.
What?
Oh. Got you learned it.
I learned it in something. I want to read it before I reveal it to you guys.
From Adam.
Wilrose, like, he, like, I didn't read it yet, but it looks cool from the first thing I read. So he, like, kind of jumps up in his chair, like, not up, but he, like, kind of, like, pushes himself back in his chair, just kind of teeters a little about almost falling backwards. And he, like, quickly adjusts his weight forward to not make the chair fall over, and then he's, like, lets out a loud gasp and, like, looks around to see if anybody sees him. And then just continues to flip through the pages. It's exciting.
Do me next.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh, God.
In your hands is a somewhat aged but still a bit more novelistic style, similar to Wilrose's book, called Pheromon's Fight.
What do I know about any of this? The author, or is it an old tale?
Make a history check. Oh wow, good rolls tonight. You have a vague recollection that Pheromond is a leader of some kingdom past that has long since fallen. Not a lot is known about him, just that he was generally regarded as a great leader, and he during his time he led a strong and prosperous kingdom.
All right. Can I? Assuming I'm doing this in parallel, not sequential to Wilrose.
Correct.
Can I,
Yeah.
can I study this book?
Yeah.
See what I can
Go ahead and
learn?
make an intelligence check.
Just click on intelligence here, right?
Yeah. All right. You spend a bit of time reading through it. A lot of it is it's written in first person by Pheromon, and a lot of it is some of it is like speeches that he's given, or like general musings of his, and how he attempts to lead other people and to produce results from them that he desires. And you are able to gain... Wait, I can't drag this one on.
Tell me where to look on my sheet.
You
Or
don't.
bottom right. Oh. I just...
You should see in your journal under handouts one called
Journal.
Inspiring Leader.
Oh. Guess we have a leader of our party now. Now we need a
All right.
name.
Not the leader
Listen.
we want, but the leader we deserve.
Uh,
The leader of the pack.
If you
this
want
is
to.
something.
So it takes you a couple hours to study the book and read a few of the speeches and everything, and kind of glean an understanding of some of the aspects of his leadership. But after, if you want to continue reading on for a few more hours, you can make a separate intelligence check to try to glean additional information.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what Will Rose did, right? So
Yeah.
like, as long as I'm not like holding up the party, then yeah, I'll do that. Just make another check.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Don't let me say it. I'm gonna burn my inspiration here. I think.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
You gotta be kidding me.
You don't really get a whole lot of new information beyond what you've already read. You kind of peruse some more of the speeches and just kind of, reinforce what you've already learned.
All right. Erixus slams the book closed and is like, "You're preposterous. The end of the book is the same as the first 2/3. This is ridiculous. Unbelievable." He just sits there continually muttering to himself.
Who else is reading?
Me.
I'll be reading.
All right, Rosera, you have in your hands a somewhat older-looking tome labeled Purloined Shadows.
Is this an Elder Scrolls reference?
I didn't think anybody would get it, but yes, and you can have a point of inspiration for getting that.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I'll take that right
Damn.
back.
Wait, I missed it. What happened? Sorry.
The name of the book is Purloined Shadows. Do you remember what that's from? Erixus?
Me?
Adam?
Oh, Rix is good.
Yeah, I know it's Elder Scrolls. I feel like it is Oblivion though, not Skyrim.
That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everybody gets inspiration.
Passed his intelligence check in real life.
Yeah, right?
Please don't
See what
underestimate
happens
me.
when you don't drink?
The amount of time I spent in Oblivion. Please don't underestimate it, fellas.
Yeah, Purloined Shadows was the name of the book documenting the feats of the legendary thief, the Gray Fox, leader of the and founder of the Thieves Guild, who stole a hood from a god himself, or cowl.
Cyrodiil, a beautiful continent.
Okay.
At any rate, you have a book telling of a great nameless thief of Faerun. No one's ever been able to catch him, and this is a somewhat biographical work that almost seems as though it has firsthand knowledge of some of his exploits and techniques and such that he used.
If you want to make an intelligence check, we can
Yep.
see what you're able to glean from
How
the book.
much I glean from this?
Oh boy.
Sorry. Not much.
A lot of it, a lot of the beginning of the book is just like tales of his exploits and stuff. It takes a while for you to read through all that, but there isn't a lot of technique or such that you're able to gather from the first bit of reading that you've done. But as the others have continued reading for a few hours, you have additional time on your hand if you want to make an additional check and continue reading.
I do. Very engrossed.
There you go.
All right. As you get a little bit deeper into the book, towards the back, you do find a passage that gives in pretty explicit detail a different lock-picking technique that he had developed, a different way of like jiggling the tumblers and using a torque wrench in a specific way to more reliably force a lock open. And you gain a permanent +1 to your thieves' tools checks.
Whoa!
Oh yeah.
Legit.
Amazing.
Super thief. Super thief.
Super thief.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay. How do I add that to my thieves toolkit?
I think you can add a global
skill modifier?
If you go to next to where it
The
says thieves
gear.
tools, click
Yeah.
the gear, and then there's a thing that says mods. Just change that to 1.
Oh yeah, that works. That's really good.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
And then
Oh,
that'll
so
apply.
exciting.
Yeah, that'll apply
Any
with
check.
whatever attribute you use, because like sometimes it might be dex or sometimes it might be strength or whatever. So.
And can we
That
assume
works.
that we can take notes in this library?
Yeah, you would be able to.
Okay, just to set the visual, I would say Rosera's just bent over this book, feverishly taking notes and in her own little world.
All right, Zerkris, you have in your possession 2 books. The first book is a very, very old tome that is surprisingly well kept, and even though you can tell it's really old, it doesn't really show any signs of wear. And written very clearly on the front of it is Tome of Clear Thought.
Ooh. Put it on your head.
Right. What's the other book?
The other book is a collection. It seems to be of mythical monsters.
I'm gonna start looking in the Home of Clear Thought and see what I can distinguish out of that book.
All right. As you open the front cover, you immediately notice written in the front in various forms of handwriting is the number 782, and then in a list below it, it increments by 100, 882, 982, all the way up to 1482. As you flip through a couple more pages, you discover that the entire book is blank.
What year is it now?
1507.
Ah, man.
Wow, that's mean.
Damn it. The math doesn't add up. All right, I'm a little disgruntled that my time in this book wasn't good. I'll pick up the monster book and start reading a little bit, see if I learn anything new.
All right, go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
That's up to guidance. Do the guidance.
All right. You immediately notice that there is a bookmark placed in the book, and as you flip to that page, it is bookmarked a section on illithids or mind flayers.
Ooh.
The section itself is pretty short. It doesn't take you very long to read through it, and there's very vague information. Some of it seems to be guesses as much as fact, and you gather that that's just because, as you've heard from several other people, nobody's really encountered these things in a very long time, and there just isn't a whole lot of information about them or about how they operate, how they live. Looking through, reading through it very carefully a couple times, you do glean that it's rare that they operate in any sort of solo capacity. There's generally always a colony, it seems, as has been determined from what people were able to study of them when they lived in the Underdark. But apart from that, little is known. They seem to have two main gods they worship. The first being Ilsen Seen, and the second is not known. But there's another god that has more of a cult following among mind flayers, and is generally seen as being what's the word I'm looking for? Taboo to worship amongst mind flayers.
Cool.
But apart from that, there's not a whole lot of information about them.
Now everybody else is still reading. Could I just skim through the rest of the book and see if I figure out any other cool monsters in there?
Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Well, I'm just skimming, see if I can come up to anything that looks interesting.
All right, make a investigation check.
I guess it's dead.
Flipping through, you happen across a section on dragons. And as you're kind of skimming this and kind of looking for information, you find a section of a very rare and thought to be non-existent breed called a mercury dragon. That has been noted to breathe both fire and poison simultaneously. Not a lot is known about them. There isn't really a whole lot of information. They seem to somehow have traits of both metallic and chromatic dragons. They're thought to be an older race that has just died out at this point in the world.
A plot fucking thickens.
That reminds me of Pinculo.
Wait,
Knew he was a dragon.
Rain left, right?
Yep.
All right, yep, that just leaves Rain.
Shin didn't get a book?
Nope.
Nope.
Too cool for reading. Oh, I'm not good at
Cool
it.
for school.
Shin staring at his glaive.
All right,
So-
Rain, you have in your hands a somewhat seemingly mistreated and kind of dirty book called Malia's Magical Mushrooms.
Yes.
Leave it to the friggin' druids to make a mess.
Gonna get y'all high. What? Okay, I think I'm gonna read it. This sounds fascinating.
All right, give me a intelligence check.
Pure int check. Let's see how this goes. Wow. Wait, I am a halfling.
Halfling luck.
Yeah. So actually, it would have. Oh wow!
Oh.
Wow!
There you go.
A despair, but a success.
All right, flipping through the book, you find it is a very detailed account from Malia herself of
the general mycology of Harua. But it is extremely detailed. You gather that this is probably a lifetime spent just researching mushrooms, essentially. There's
I start crying. It's so beautiful.
extremely detailed depictions and drawings and just descriptors of smell and taste and whole chapters devoted to individual species of mushrooms and more information devoted to breeding and new varieties that she's created, et cetera, et cetera. It's just the most comprehensive possibly book about mushrooms.
Awesome.
But reading on towards the back, you find a recipe for a mushroom beer that uses a variety of mushroom that is you have seen quite frequently in your travels and recognize in the area. And looking through the recipe, it's relatively simple and requires some of the mushrooms to create a brew to bolster hit points.
Ooh. I gotta mix that up
10,
sometime.
like 10
That's
HP?
pretty useful.
Creating
To share our
you essentially you possess the knowledge now to create a potion, and when brewed it will or a beer, when brewed it will provide 44 plus 4 temp HP.
Whoa.
4d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
So greater healing potion, temp HP.
Essentially,
That
yes.
is awesome.
Nice.
It takes a little bit of time to brew. It takes a full day for it to be ready. But
Yeah.
the ingredients you would gather that you'd be able to pick up relatively easily or in the area.
It's actually pretty fast for a brew, a beer.
Yeah.
It's super.
Depends on the beer.
By the way, my hands are super dirty while I'm reading this book too.
Makes sense.
All right, I think that takes care of all the books.
I put the books back into the bookshelf and I walk over to the archivist.
What was the name of my book again? You have, yeah.
Holidays with Hags.
Holidays with
Devil's
Hags.
Star Song.
It's just walking around with a bit of a puffed up chest. He feels like he can talk to anyone right now.
Thanks.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go, hey Arcaf, do you do reservations for books?
Reservations? What do you mean?
I want to reserve a book in a given amount of time.
I suppose we may be able to make some sort of arrangement. What did you have in mind?
In 75 years, could I put my name for a book?
Eh?
I suppose I can make a note of it, and perhaps it will be available.
Alright, I'd like to put my name for the Tomb of Clear Thought again, but in 75 years. No rush. Put my name on the list, please.
I see. I will certainly put your name down.
Is there a list already made? Can I see it?
I do not have the list, but I am sure that there is one.
Okay, thank you.
Wilrose, completely forgets that he has to put the book on the shelf, and he brings it back over to Arkham. He's like, this book was awesome. He's like, I want more books like this. How many more books do you have like this? I want to read all the books like this.
I will admit we don't have many. I believe it took a bit to find this one, and as I'm sure you are probably familiar with Mr. Starsong, it's
It's a relatively recent addition to our library. So I can certainly put in another order for something similar, but I can't make any guarantees.
But music is the universal language. There should certainly be more books on music. I will take more books like this, and I place the book down, and I say thank you, and I walk away.
You see the book float up and away and over onto one of the bookshelves.
Whoa. Adam, you're talking. Okay.
Muted, by the way.
I just assumed you were muted. I saw you walk over there, so I thought you were talking to him.
Yeah, I was waiting to see.
If everybody's done, I have things to say.
I think Rosera would have anything to say. She would just put her book back on the shelf and rejoin. I'll move my character in a moment. Yeah, but she would just kind of quietly put it back as she was instructed, and she will just rejoin the group.
Yeah, so like Arixis kind of like walks up to Arcath and like leans in as if he's about to whisper. And then, not a yell, but certainly not quietly says, "Where is Cyril?" This poor old man's face.
Is Cyril expecting you once again? I can certainly see if he's available.
Tell him I have enough. Say nothing more than that.
Tell him you have a what?
Another.
Oh, okay. I will go and see if he is currently available. One moment, please. He walks off and heads off into the back room.
I'm telling everybody about this research of dragons that I discovered, and that maybe Trincola was actually a mercury dragon. And I'll explain to them what I found out.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Arixis says, "You don't say."
Half regular, and they shoot gas and fire. Oh man,
That adds up.
yeah,
Certainly
I knew it
does.
the whole time.
Arcath returns a couple minutes later and calls out to Arixis. Cyril will be along shortly. And it's not a long wait, but a few more minutes go by. And finally you see him pop out from the doors behind. Yes, what is the meaning of this?
You know what the meaning of this is? You know I am here. You were supposed to have answers for me. Do you have any yet?
Nothing conclusive. I was able to find one book that may contain some information. I have not yet been able to put a lot of time into verifying that, unfortunately.
I see. How can I help?
The book, unfortunately, had not much new information beyond what I already told you. These are the orb you possess is likely a key of some kind, but what it locks away and where that may be remains somewhat of a mystery, and it's intended to be that way.
Is he like old? I can't really tell from the token.
He's a human man. He's somewhat older, but you guess probably maybe like 50s or 60s.
So Arixis will take out the I forgot what key I have. I have the green one, right? Yeah.
Red and green, yeah.
Arixis will take out the green orb and say, "Just know, old man, I've got another. I'm close."
He looks a bit startled. Well then, it would seem that you are far more efficient at gathering any information with regards to what you seek than I am. perhaps you can take a look at this tome for yourself and decide if there's any information that may assist you. One moment.
Take it.
He returns back to the doors and disappears again.
He gave him the tome?
No, he went to go get it.
Oh, okay, I missed that. Sorry.
Ericson starts doing a little jig, but not for any particular reason. Like,
Ooh.
he just seems to be like having a seizure, but he's actually dancing.
Who told Erixus about something green?
Vision in my
He
head.
had a vision.
Oh, of course.
Coincidentally, another seizure.
Then I'm telling everybody about how these Iliads have a god, and the god is, the mind flayer god, and explaining it to them as if they didn't know.
Oh.
Cthulhu?
No. They'll say
Bless you.
Sarah returns a couple minutes later and with an old and very dusty tome and hands it over. You see a bookmark sticking out of one of the pages. I have marked the page with the relevant information, scarce though it may be. Feel free to take a look.
Offering me to take this out of the archives or to take a look here?
Absolutely not, but you are free to take a look while you are here.
guidance.
All right. So Erixus turns around and blows the dust instantly into Wilros's face. Oh, Wilros! I can see you standing there.
Shoo!
Erixus will open the tome to the bookmarked page, and but then start several pages before that and start reading.
All right, make an intelligence check.
Guidance.
I'm rolling inspiration.
Well, you have guidance for. Oh yeah.
I forgot to check. Well, yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah.
All right, here we go again. Oh my god.
Oh.
Well,
You have guidance. Rip.
You begin reading
Too
through the chapter before the chapter that he bookmarked, and it's some kind of vague information about older magics that don't conform to current spellcrafting methods and ideals, and it all just kind of goes over your head as you're not really familiar with the textual aspects of spells and creating them and sigils and such. It's all Greek to you.
Mhm.
But then you get to the chapter that's actually marked.
Wilro steps up to the book real quick and blows dust right back into Rixus's face.
I gotta touch him on the shoulder and go, my
Insult
friend,
injury.
the book is upside down. Let me help you. And I turn the book in the right thing and give him guidance again.
Give me a separate intelligence check for the next section.
Some guidance check. Yes.
Hey, there you go.
Another one.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Get a 19. Or 16.
That's weird. I had guidance checks. Anyway, go on.
Mhm.
All right. So it kind of actually builds on the last chapter a little bit. Some of the things that you were reading that kind of went over your head are kind of snapping into place here, as there's a kind of a brief explanation of the loss of the weave, which is what allows the channeling of magical energies on the material plane, and the loss of the weave during the spell plague, and the necessity of wizards and magic users of all kinds to come up with alternative methods of securing things and locking things away. It's still very vague, and it's not that you don't understand it, it's that there's just not a lot of information detailing on how to do these things. It's just that these things exist, and that a lot of times they were used to seal away portals to other planes, or in some cases creatures that were not intended to be on the material plane, that needed to be locked away by some method or another when they couldn't be moved to another plane or something to that degree. But you do notice a series of runes scrawled in the margins of one page that you can't understand.
Runes that I can or can't.
Cannot understand.
Can I copy them?
Yeah, you could.
All right, I will write them in something. I'll write them in a notebook, but also write them on my hand.
I look at him struggling and go, "Do you need help?"
Yeah, can't you really read things?
Yeah, if you give me the book, or if I sit here with the book, I could start understanding whatever it is you want me to understand.
Let's sit down and study some runes.
All right, so I'm going to touch the page and ritual cast comprehend language.
Make an intelligence check.
Really use that total clear thought.
That was blank.
The same shit, right?
Oh, so
yeah, you don't have proficiency, so it's the same.
So 15.
No, it says it's +2, so you don't have proficiency.
Oh, because he didn't start as a wizard, right?
It would say
Right,
+5 if you had proficiency.
Right, so what I roll?
Right? It doesn't have a
Other than
check
that,
mark next
I
to it,
rolled
right?
a 16. 16.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that's fine. Oh,
Yeah, there's no plus, so yeah, that roll is correct. You rolled an 18. You, as you sit down and begin to cast comprehend languages, it just takes a moment, but you finally click into place that you've seen these runes before. And you remember that these were displayed on the outside of the cave where you guys attacked the bandits in service of the halflings.
Yeah.
Wow, that's way back.
That's where I learned the Maddening thing when I saw that guy the first time.
Yep. What was it about the runes?
Oops.
We've seen it before.
Oh, just that we've seen it before. Okay.
See Zorkris' guy. I'm gonna find this guy, maybe.
We're not going all the way back to the crossroads. He said we got to find Zorkris' guy.
Oh, okay.
That
The
guy
guy.
keeps finding us.
This is true. Last we saw him was at the crossroads, right?
Last we saw him
No.
was at the lair, or the dragon's lair.
Yeah,
Trying
at
to
Trincula's
steal
lair,
one
yeah.
from the
Right,
dragon.
right.
Oh.
You could probably message him, Zorkris. You're familiar with him.
I'm familiar with him. I don't know his name, but I could probably message him anyway.
Hello, friend that I saw. How
Mention
are you?
everyone I've ever met.
How is your brain?
Promise not to tell you stole.
Am I able
a
to
favor.
understand the rune, or is just that it was familiar to me?
You would remember that you previously translated the runes as saying "Lord who watches."
Hmm.
Oh,
Ooh.
they were good.
While Brooks is in the chair and me leaning over, I rub his head and go, "We've seen this before. Lord who watches, remember?" Rub his head.
So often wrong that I'll take your word for it this time. All right, Lord who watches. Maybe that's the thing that's locked away by the thing.
Thing by the thing.
The guy. You know the
The
guy.
guy in the thing.
The guy with the
You're
thing.
Lord.
Exactly.
You know, the guy we met at the place.
Ubrin, you know, your boy, your homie. He's watching.
All right.
You does no watching.
I bow to
Thank
Cyril and walk away.
I give Cyril back the book and say, "You've been incredibly unhelpful. Thank you," and start walking away.
I would sort of wave and nod and then walk away.
I go, did you get that list? I would like to see the list, please. Just to see who's ahead of me. No reasons.
I do not maintain the list, but again, I will be sure that your name ends up on it.
I'll be back.
I think he's asking for, like, is there a checkout list of who has checked out the book in the past?
No, I'm looking about who has reservations for it in 75 years.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right.
He's like, you don't know my life. That's not what I want.
Just yells thank you to Arcath. Again, leans in closely as if to whisper, but yells thank you to him.
Face palm.
Uh,
Arkrath is a wizard, or no?
Unclear. He's an archivist. Cyril is definitely known to be a wizard.
I mean, he already left, but pretend he didn't. Before he leaves, I asked if he could zorp us home. Our legs are tired.
Zorp.
Actually, before Cyril
That's
leaves,
a technical term.
and before I say you're very unhelpful, thank you, do I get the sense that he would help me? Never mind. I'll wait for Zalathorn.
Never mind.
I don't want to fuck with Cyril. He sucks.
Jerk. Yeah, I'm not quite sure I want him to zorp us either. Alright, I don't ask him to zorp us. Back
All right.
to the road. On the road again.
Rude.
These songs make us travel easier.
That's right.
All right, you guys make your way back out. You spend about half the day at the temple, getting there really early in the morning. So you still have a few hours of travel available for the current day.
Can we make it to Halra?
Do I have to go to that tavern again?
You can't quite make it all the way back to Halloran. You could probably make it about halfway there.
And camp in the wilderness. Sounds good.
Unless you want to push on past exhaustion and arrive late.
How close is the tavern?
The tavern is just in Mount Talath. It's only about an hour away from the temple, so you'd be cutting your day short to go to the tavern, but pushing it extra long to get all the way to Halloran.
I don't know if it really matters one way or the other. Should we just relax and then start in the morning and get back to Halloran?
No, we'll travel a bunch. This way we can get to Haller a little quicker. That way.
Oh, okay. So finish
Yeah, it's
like
10
travel 3/4 of the way or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happens
And
if
we'll
you
just-
push like through exhaustion? I don't think I've ever heard that.
First point of exhaustion is what?
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
On ability
Disadvantage.
checks? Or...
Ability checks and saves.
Oh, okay.
But so you would take a point of exhaustion, and you just kind of continually make checks. For every hour past 8 hours of travel, you make a Constitution check and see if you take a point of exhaustion. So it's not even guaranteed, actually. Technically, you might not actually.
But you
end up
only take
taking
the
exhaustion.
one.
You can take multiple points depending on how far you push.
But I'm saying like it's not like you continuously make it every hour, or you do. Even if you fail it, you take another one
I
every
believe
hour.
you do.
Okay, so we're not doing it.
Like normal adventurers.
You have 10 points of exhaustion.
You're
Well,
dead.
you die at 6, so.
Shit.
And you
But your speed is
effectively die
reduced.
at 5.
10 hours.
Yeah, your speed is reduced to 0 at 5, so you're kind of screwed at that point.
I will nap here.
Well, you can't travel for another hour after 5. Anyways, yeah, let's just push to our limit, and I'll build a hut, and we'll sleep then.
Sounds good.
And that can't be much worse than sleeping on top of each other in the tavern. So.
Yeah, definitely not. I didn't really love that tavern, anyways.
Nah.
I'd
One
rather
silver.
try my fun new tricks at our friendly tavern.
All right, you guys make your way down the mountain and spend an uneventful evening in the dome in the wilderness. The morning greets you, and you continue on to Hallara, still uneventfully. Seeing a few people on the road, but just in general, it's a pretty well-traveled and relatively well-kept area this close to Hallara, so there's not a lot of general dangers.
See any mushrooms on our way?
Yeah, if Rain wanted to look, he could attempt to find some mushrooms.
Yeah, I definitely wander around, seeing if there's anything good.
All right, give me an investigation check.
Investigation. Well,
would any of us have shared the knowledge of our books with each other? I would have, definitely. I probably would not have shut up about it during the whole trip home.
I was telling you guys about the monsters.
No, I know you did. Yeah. I'm just wondering. Obviously, Gabe said them out loud, but I don't know if anybody kept anything to themselves.
No.
I think it was
inspiring speeches the whole ride. I'm just talking up the exploits of our merry band and just inspiring people left and right.
Could I either give Rain advantage or search on my own for these mushrooms?
Yeah, if you want to make a separate investigation check, you can try to find some too. They're pretty common, so it'd be easy enough for him to describe them to you and you to find some.
You should try to eat whatever you find.
Well, Rose says definitely see
I dare ya.
in his days.
All right, between the two of you, you are able to find about enough mushrooms for one potion. It takes quite a sizable amount as they kind of cook down, and the nutrients that you need to extract to produce the desired effect take a pretty sizable quantity of mushrooms to achieve it. But you do find enough to brew one of the potions, one of the beers.
Oh, this is gonna be a good batch.
Did I have 4 hours to learn a spell while we were in the cart and stuff?
You probably would have some time to do that along the way. And you rested as well. Were you going to attempt to brew it at the same time, Ray?
Oh, we're on the road, right?
Yeah.
How does it?
I mean, you have.
It takes a day, right? You said.
It takes a day to ferment, but then there's I should have written something up for this, but there's an actual check to actually brew it with your brewer supplies.
Gotcha. I mean, if it's something we could do while I'm sitting in the cart, sure.
Yeah, we could say you
or
could.
In the hut.
Yeah, probably complete it, or do it during the couple hours of downtime and the rest.
Too, yeah. Oh yeah. Awesome.
All right, give me a wisdom check with your brewer supplies.
Oh, let's see how this rolls. Okay. Okay.
You memorize the recipe perfectly. You got just the right number of ingredients, or just the right quantity of ingredients, and you feel like you just absolutely nailed this for your first try.
Secret ingredient is spit. Yeah.
I love.
Can we all are we all observing this success, or is it can we all see it, smell it? Are we aware of it?
I assume it'd be pretty hard for him to hide the.
Yeah.
Unless he just wandered off into the woods.
Doing up mushrooms and
So are we?
Bubble, toil and trouble.
No, trouble. Are we all going to sample it? What happens?
Well, we gotta wait for it to ferment.
Brew, and I guess am I making up for one dose, right? So it's.
Yeah, it'll be one potion when it's done brewing.
I see. So there's not enough.
How long
share.
does it last?
The temp HP rules apply.
This is probably until your next
rest, right?
long rest or something.
Yeah, I believe so.
Got it.
Or if you replace
just-
it with other temp HP.
Yeah.
Erixus will put his arm around Wilros and say, "Don't worry, I can give you some of those if the
Mhm.
price is right."
If the price-
Oh. I've been giving speeches. If I really have been giving speeches, like in the van and stuff, everyone should have 10 temporary hit points right now, technically.
Whoa!
Oh,
If you want to do that, then yeah, you can. I mean, you could technically do this at the start of a day if you wanted to.
Yep, I will. Everyone should have 10 temporary hit points.
Holy!
I wasn't
Everyone?
listening.
exceptional.
I wasn't listening to him. I had my head down on the scrolls and learning the spell. Do I still get
You
that?
get, no, you get nothing. Good day, sir.
Alright, good. I wasn't paying any attention to you whatsoever.
My
Listening
leadership
to you?
style is such that you would have no choice but to listen to me.
Yeah,
So I would say you do get the 10 temporary hit points.
can't shut your ears.
Dirksen recounts the tale of one of Pheromone's tales and
I
applies
cast
its
silence.
lesson.
Oh shit!
Oh, alright.
I cast
Funny.
suggestion. You stop talking.
I heard a
All right.
rumor.
So how long to town now?
Yeah, you continue on to town, and you make it about at about midday. It's around noon or so.
You guys want to go visit the mayor? We haven't seen him in a while.
Ah, Ripley. Yeah, why not?
His friend Farron isn't here, so he shouldn't be scared of death this time.
He didn't seem very. Didn't seem like hardy stock.
See if there's any jobs posted or something.
Yeah, we can
But-
go see if there's something fun to do there. Yeah.
You cut out, Adam. What'd you say?
Are we allowed back there after Philern tried to kill him?
Have we been back there since Fillerin tried to kill him? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Not all of us were nearby.
Are you gonna message? Didn't you say you were gonna message somebody or no?
He messaged Erixus.
No. Were we gonna message the guy that we saw outside the bandit camp and we saw at Trinculo's lair?
Zorkis had the rules translated already, so I don't think we need him for anything.
Okay.
I could still message him.
I guess let's see what we got going on in the mayor's office, and maybe we can tell him to meet
Yeah.
us somewhere.
In
I could
that-
probably be there anyway.
You probably will. You're right.
He's like we call it Sid in Final Fantasy. He's always there.
All right, to the mayor's office.
What's his name? Walden?
Waldron.
Mayor?
Yeah, it's Waldron.
Sorry, I was trying to paste tokens and I accidentally pasted half of them off the map again.
Of course.
Hey, have you guys noticed we're missing someone?
What do you mean?
I feel like we left someone somewhere or they ditched us.
Who's Steve the pirate?
We have a pirate?
What?
Rosera would walk right up to the desk and, classic style, stare at this woman and start picking at the plant.
Wilrose knocks on the desk.
Just pounds the table and asks for a whiskey sour.
I go right to the board.
Now Rosera's just resting her chin on her hands and just looking at her like, we're back.
Ripley's back.
Ralny looks up from what she was working on and yes, welcome back. What can I do for you?
Wilrose says, "Long time no see. How are you doing?"
I am well.
Good to hear. Any special adventures that you were on or would like us to go on?
I don't believe so. I've only just arrived back this morning from... Oh crap, what's the name of the...
How's Kabaf's brain? Is it back?
Kabaf has just retaken his post at Zafari, and I have only just returned this morning.
to resume my duties here,
Safari?
so I'm afraid I don't have anything for you at the moment.
Wilros looks down at his non-existent watch, says, "Wow, you've been gone for quite a while."
Yes, the recovery process for Kabaf was fairly lengthy, along with, I am sure, some lingering questions that were waiting to be answered before that he was allowed to return to his post.
Is Mayor Waldron in? Mayor Walrus, is he in?
Oh my god.
She looks past you and kind of, you see her eyes dart around for a second. He is.
I would, on behalf of the group and a single certain somebody who's not here, I would like to personally offer our condolences and apologies for some misunderstandings that may have happened recently.
It wasn't really recently. It was like a month ago.
Oh, misunderstandings all the same.
Well, yeah. Would I be able to borrow his time for 2 minutes?
He is quite busy at the moment. I will be sure to pass along your apology. I am sure he will be glad to receive it.
I pull out my my business card and I jot down on the back of it an apology, and I hand her my business card and say, "Just pass this along, and we do appreciate it."
She takes it and says, "Thank you." See her slide it into a desk drawer.
Throw it in the trash.
With the 10 other ones that you are.
I look under the desk to make sure that it fall into the garbage can or something.
Don't lose that now.
Will roast.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? So you said that Kabaf needed to answer a few questions before returning to post. Is it? Do you guys feel that he has returned back to normal at this time?
I would assume that is apparent, as he was allowed to return. I am not entirely privy to any conversations that may have been had, but I can only assume that the council was satisfied and with his answers or lack of them.
Okay.
Of them.
Well, Wilros would look over at Zorpris and ask him if he sees anything of interest.
I'm looking at the board.
There's nothing on the board.
I roll my eyes.
Wilros starts like tapping his foot. He says, "Listen, we're getting antsy here. You know, it's been a while since we've just been running back and forth between towns. You know, I gotta fight something."
There's a mayor in the other room.
I would suggest trying back another day. Perhaps with your apology, the mayor will be a bit more amicable, but to be perfectly candid, he is not too keen on offering you additional work at the moment after your last encounter.
Well, I assure you that if you could just offer me 1 minute of his time, I could persuade him that we are good people.
And we do great work. Think of
And we do
everything we were
great
able
work.
to accomplish for you.
Yes, I am quite familiar with your work, and indeed it is top-notch. But I assure you, the mayor will come around, and I am sure there will be more work for you very soon.
Okay. I guess we'll just go hang out with Baru. He
go
seems
visit
to like
Kabaf.
us. How far is
An hour?
yeah, that place.
Zafari?
Kabaf's place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours outside of Halora.
Okay.
So.
Well, I still stick by saying we're gonna go hang out in the tavern for the rest of the night.
I mean, I want to send him a message anyway before we go, so he knows we're coming.
Well, I don't want to tell her that we're going to see Kabaf. Yeah.
You know there is
well, if
another
you need
bar
us-
in town.
There is only one bar in this town. How dare you suggest otherwise?
Bar town.
All right, Riley. We'll see you later. Have a good day.
If
Good
you need
day.
us, we'll be at the Rusty Blade.
On the way out, Rosera just kind of smirks and pulls a leaf off the plant and walks.
As Will Rose turns, he does one of those like jumps where he clicks his heels together.
Nice.
Enjoy
On my way out,
yourselves.
do I see Goblet Rat anywhere on my way out?
You look around for a second, and you do catch a bit of squeaking and chirping from the corner.
Uh-oh, you guys look like you have a pest problem. Hey, little guy.
It
I'm gonna see if I can get him to,
scampers back into your hand.
I'll deal with this for you. And I'll head out.
No, you left the goblet rat there.
No, I grabbed the Goblet Rat. I've got him. But yeah, he's been here for, I guess, a while now.
Nice.
Does he look well fed?
Yeah, he ate a bunch of business cards.
Did he eat an anime dead ring of spell storing? Oh god.
He
That's over here somewhere.
He looks the same as you left him. You gather that a magical rat probably doesn't need to eat food.
Nice. All right.
All right, you guys make your way out. Let's go ahead and take a real quick break and use bathroom, refresh drinks and stuff, and we'll get back to it.
Okay. My God.
All right, I think everyone's back.
Yep, well, I'm back.
All right, as you are all walking out of the mayor's office, Arixis, you receive a message from Zalathorn. He says, I have managed to procure a few items for you. If you would like to come and see if this is acceptable, they are available to you.
Arixis responds, "Right now, Chief." But here's the thing: Arixis says it out loud and then keeps walking and doesn't tell anyone what he's talking about. God, I forgot. You people, the wizard guy. She's got her stuff. We should go.
Oh, awesome. Let's go. Think in translation, Zalathorn has some goods. Let's go to the council.
Oh.
As we're walking to the council, I'm going to send a message to Kabaf. Hey,
See you soon,
Kabaf,
sweetheart.
it's Gorkus. How is the brain? Congrats on being reinstated. Can we set an appointment to speak, y'all?
I have told you many times, my brain is fine. Speak about what?
Oh, nice. Maybe burn another spell. I don't feel like doing another spell.
Fuck him up.
We'll just surprise him.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a little drop in on a Thursday.
All right. Well, I'll try him again tomorrow.
All right. Once
All right, you
Will
guys-
hears of the potential procuring of magic items, he literally sprints in a general direction. He's not even sure if he's going the right direction, but he's sprinting. He
All right,
borderline casts haste on himself to sprint, but he doesn't.
All right, you guys arrive at the council chambers. You're greeted by Tarth, who seems to be expecting you, and immediately ushers you in and takes you into Zalathorn's inner chamber.
Oh boy.
It's like Christmas.
I don't have
We'll find
tokens.
their family and get disappointed.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't have tokens for it, but spread them across the top of the low bookshelves that are about waist high behind him. You see a staff, some sort of crown, a musical instrument looking thing, and a sword.
Something
Wilbros
for
is like-
everybody.
Wilbros is like doing that thing where you like jog in place, like he wants to move forward, but he's nervous if he should.
Like the pee-pee dance?
Yeah, he's like he like reaches out, and he like pulls back, and he like points, and he like looks
I see.
around.
I say, good day, Zalthorn. I'm here. We got a message that you procured some of those fancy items.
Indeed. I hope they will be satisfactory. I was not able to procure everything you asked for, but this is what I was able to find and acquire from various business contacts. He waves his hand behind him, and the staff lifts off the bookshelves and floats forward. The Staff of the Woodlands, I believe.
Huh?
He rests it on the desk.
I kind of like walk up and I'm like looking at my tiptoes trying to see on the desk, and I don't know if I even can. My nose like on the edge of the desk. Like, what's up there?
He waves his hand again, and the instrument lifts off and comes forward and rests on the desk. Reveler's concertina.
Yes! I grab it and I like run to the back corner and I start like fiddling with it to get it ready. Oh, and then I run back real quick. Thank you. And I run back.
Manners.
The sword flies forward. A rapier of warning, I believe.
It's a shame, you see, for the coward is gone.
No,
In the bag of holding.
It's fair. It's for the thief. It's for the rogue.
Narrows it down.
And finally, this took a bit of work, but I was finally able to find one. That they are, as I'm sure you can imagine, and he casts a glance towards Zorkris, they are highly sought after. And he waves his hand, and the crown comes and rests in a headband of intellect.
I bend over, put my head towards his direction, ask for him to put the crown upon my head.
He
Ceremonious.
gives a curious glance that you can't see because you're bent over, but he waves his hand again, and the crown comes and rests on your head.
Wow. Oh, I just realized something. E = MC squared. Haha.
Oh, I just realized I
Numbers.
have to tune to this.
Yeah, I think all of those require attunement.
Probably right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I'm like
I haven't been keeping a super close track. I don't think anybody's over 3 attuned items, though, if most of you even have 3 items yet, so just double check that you're not exceeding your magical attunements.
I have no attuned items currently. I think I have 1 magic item. What was that? Does a wand require attunement? It does. So yeah, fine. So I have 1 attuned thing.
my special sword doesn't, right? Short sword. No, it does not.
No, it doesn't.
So I have 1. Plus this one I will be, obviously.
Does the cloak involve attunement? The disguise?
I would have put it in the description.
It's in the actual book. It does, or whatever I just read.
Oh.
It said attunement.
I didn't
How to
put the. I
disguise
didn't.
those two.
Again, I didn't paste the description. I have an actual like official written up description. Let me check it real quick.
I mean, is it hat of this similar as hat of disguise?
It's
is it an actual item?
it's a custom magic item. I balanced it with a couple things in mind, so it's not exactly. It does require attunement.
Okay, and then I have the gloves of missiles there. So I have.
As does your flute, Erixus.
Ooh.
A flute
You have-
requires attunement.
You have 2 attuned items. Yes.
Wait, the song? It's just a spell. My flute doesn't say it requires attunement. When we were together at the beginning of this, I definitely did not put attunement in there.
Well, it doesn't put you past 3 for now, so I guess.
But like, this is actually important, though.
Sure.
I have it noted as attunement. I have a list of custom magic items that I've created, and I have it as.
But the flute
requiring
itself isn't
attunement,
the
so-
item. It was just the power that we
I'm-
talked about.
No, the flute was a physical item. I'll look back through our
Right.
conversation. If I didn't tell you that it requires attunement, then I'm not going to hold you to that.
Okay, yeah.
I just have it
kinda like
noted as requiring attunement.
Yeah, because I would like break attunement on that. Like, never mind. We'll talk about it offline.
Sure.
Thank you, Zaldor. That's great. Are there any other tasks that you would like us to accomplish?
Is that
I-
it for the items?
Don't believe I have anything at the moment. Yes, I wasn't able to acquire your whole list, but that is what I was able to give. Hopefully that is a acceptable reward. He says that with kind of a
This is awesome.
a almost an implication that you should consider this an acceptable reward.
So that means the other stuff like we asked for just not happening.
Yet.
That is
Yeah.
what I am picking up.
Maybe.
All right. Can I show him the things that I have and ask him if he can identify them?
Your mic keeps going out, but I
You
heard
cut out a
some
bit,
ball
but yeah, I caught the gist of it. Yeah, he takes them and begins casting a spell over them. Zorkris recognizes it as the Identify spell that he's casted quite frequently now. It seems as though Zalathorn kind of gets the same resistance, and he looks a bit puzzled for a moment, and you see him begin muttering some sort of other incantation. And then he just suddenly breaks out laughing and hands the bag back to Erixus. You have there, my friend, a deck of many things.
Whoa.
What?
Why does Erixus have a deck of many things?
Oh my god.
Sorry, I think you misheard me. A deck of many things.
Many things.
And he
Hilarious.
he goes through and begins explaining how it works. There's a new handout available.
Oh boy.
So that'll take a minute to read through. You guys don't have to read through it all immediately, but
Oh, this is interesting.
So Shin, show him your glaive while we're here.
Oh, you're right. coming back.
Whoa.
Alright, and Shin took out his covered glaive and said, would you be able to identify this item?
Possibly. And he takes it, and you see him again cast the identify spell. And again, he gets the same kind of resistance as Orcus did, and he begins muttering some sort of other incantation and examining the blade and trying to determine what it is. And he finally says, this is a bit of a puzzle to me. It resists every attempt I make at any sort of identification. It is almost as though it is alive. It is possibly trying to communicate in some way. I have never encountered such a thing before, but it is almost as though it is sentient. I'm sorry, I cannot be of further assistance.
Yeah, just so you know, the deck of many things that you linked is literally the deck of many things.
No, it's not.
The cards all look the same.
I think there's a few missing.
No, it's the same number of cards, but they do different things.
Oh, okay.
Some good, some bad.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's a black.
Draw the skull card.
Oh, the devil. That'll be good.
The skull card is the same as the deck of many things skull.
I know.
It's not.
Oh, it's not.
There's only one or two that I didn't change.
Oh, wow, you changed them all.
Some of them you have to read carefully.
Oh, my goodness.
Use at your own risk.
So many.
All right. Well, Wilrose has definitely enjoyed his item and walks up to Zaldorn again and says, "This is quite awesome. Would you like to hear a tune from it?"
If you are able, certainly.
Well, I won't be able to use it magically, but I think I should be able to at least play it a little bit, see if I've gotten it in tune.
By all means.
All right. Allow me to play a lovely performance for all of you.
Go ahead and make a performance check.
I will also utilize my enthralling performance.
Oh.
Oh.
He wouldn't have the 17 DC. It would be a 15 DC because I haven't attuned to this yet. So my spell, well, it hasn't gone up.
Oh,
save.
wait, yeah.
Wisdom save.
Sorry, I'm just rereading it real quick.
Okay. And I'm actually going to cast on everybody, so everybody needs to make a wisdom save. Oh, only 4 people.
We can choose up to 4.
Everybody. Zorkris, Rain, Rosera, and what do you call it? Zalathorn.
Zalathorn.
And what's this doing?
A wisdom save.
Oh, goodness. I'm in trouble.
Nah.
Maybe a little.
Oh, no!
I'll post it. It's really not that bad, so.
Zalathorn saves and Zorkris saves.
Rosera and Rain basically really
They're
love my
charmed.
music and think that I'm the best music player in the world for the next hour.
Rosera is just like every time you perform, she just is in awe and just claps. Oh,
The great Willrose.
how did I
True
not know she was
genius.
so talented before? Is everyone seeing this?
This instrument is beautiful. Thank you, Zalthorn. I've even charmed myself.
In spite of a average performance with a new instrument, you're a little unsure of it, but yeah, Rosera and Rain cheerleading you on are just like really selling the performance for everybody.
I think you have to tune it, man. It's a little off key.
A little bit. I will go take it to home tonight, and I will make sure that tomorrow I will be a better concertina-ist.
Zalathorn kind of gives you a look over his furrowed brows. Indeed. An excellent performance.
Thank you.
All right. If there's nothing else you wanted to get from Zalathorn, you guys make your way back out of his office.
Do you have any quests for us?
He said no.
He said
Oh,
no,
sorry.
not currently.
All right. Yes. To Zabab Kabaf?
Yeah, why not?
Or should we take a night to learn about our new items?
Well, it takes what, 2 hours to.
Oh, is it 2 hours to attune?
It's an hour
Yes.
for attunement. You have to spend a
Oh.
short rest in contact with the item.
Yeah,
It's still
Okay,
it's
short
still
rest.
midday.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's still midday-ish. You guys arrived back in Hallara around noonish. You probably spent about an hour between the mayor's office and Zalathorn's office, so it's still very early afternoon.
All right. Can we short rest on a trip to Oasis?
Safari.
Safari.
Sure. Yeah, you guys.
I will be attuning and playing with my Revelers concertina. I don't think anybody's down hit points, but you can, if you do roll your dice, you can do the Song of Rest as well.
How
I'll
long
be,
does the
do some calculus.
How long was the Love of Willrose
charm?
last?
Yeah.
1 hour.
Oh my
One
gosh.
time.
Bro, have you heard this guy?
You really,
As he's tuning
it's,
it.
It's unlike anything.
He
As he's
really
tuning
wasn't
it and
anything
just-
special.
just plucking a couple strings here and there. It sounds like amazing music.
True art.
Really special.
I don't
Just so
get
lucky
it.
to be here.
I don't understand.
I don't
Same
understand
as
you.
usual.
I
Nothing's
pat
changed.
Zorkris on the back and I say, "You'll understand soon enough."
Oh my god.
Yeah. These people. All they need worse is a Rixus to play his freaking flute too.
Got to
with
break a
this.
map out of the archives here.
What time of day is it?
Midday.
Early afternoon, yeah, like 1, 2 o'clock. Now after your rest and
I'm
beginning of your
tuning to the
movement.
staff.
I'm tempted to play Yovyuin's song for Zorkris, but I choose not to. I'm a just
heck?
and benevolent leader.
Straight up didn't paste one of the tokens.
We actually are traveling. I will give everyone 10. Oh no, they should still have it. We didn't long
We
rest.
still have them,
since they
yeah.
did
No,
that.
yeah, it's just a short.
Yeah, you'd have it from the morning.
Okay.
Sorry, I tried to paste the tokens and for some reason one of them didn't come over.
Likely
All right. You guys make your way down the road back to Safari. And you're able to quickly make your way through the town to Kabaf's Tower on the opposite end. Not very busy today. There's a couple people out and about, but for the most part, the town seems fairly quiet. A bit quieter than the last few times that you visited. and you finally arrive at Kaboff's tower.
How long is a bonus action? Same as an action?
Yeah, I mean, it's all part of the same 6 seconds. Like, I mean, technically, an action isn't 6 seconds because it's part of your entire turn, but it's just 6 seconds for easy reference.
But oh, this is Kaboff's tower, right?
Oh yeah, we have a history here.
Everything's fine.
I look at
Nothing to
Zorkers.
worry
I say to Zorkers, should you call him or should we just knock?
I told him we were coming. I'm sure he's expecting us.
You want to ask him if he's home, and then we'll knock and find out if he is actually home?
All right. I'll send a message to Kaboff.
Tell him we'll be here. We'll be there in 2 hours.
Hey, Kaboff. As we said before, we're gonna come visit you. We're so happy that you're back in your role. Be there in 2 minutes. Go ahead, knock, Loros.
Okay, knock.
Zorkris hears a reply. What did...
He hears a knock in the reply.
There's a brief silence, and finally the door swings open.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Kaboff.
What can I do for you?
Oh my god.
We just came to check on you. It's been a while since we last spoke.
It has been maybe 3 hours. We just spoke this morning.
We did not speak.
You.
Fair enough. Again, I ask, what can I do for you? I am a bit busy at the moment. You see now in his hands, he's got a few random odds and ends, maybe spell components. It's a bit hard to tell. He's got like an empty flask in one hand and some sort of ingredients or some such in a pouch in the other.
We were just wondering if we could just, speak to you about that time we saved you.
I believe we have already spoken on this matter. Is there another question you wish to ask besides the wellness of my brain?
Well, you didn't remember anything that last time.
Nor do I now.
Oh, I was wondering if you got your memory back.
As I have explained, I remember what I was previously able to remember. I remember bits and pieces, very, very few bits and pieces of the time when I was under the influence of the Mind Flayer. More than that, I cannot really say.
But how come your town's so quiet today? This is very unusual. Since every time we've been here, there's been a hustle and bustle. Is everything all right?
As far as I know, I have only just arrived again this morning, taking over for Rowley. I wasn't given any reason to believe that anything unusual has happened under her care.
Right.
More than that,
We're
I
just
cannot say.
Just checking on you, Kaboff. We care about you. If you need us, just message me. We'll come and help you. Have a good day.
I'll be sure to do that. Closes the door.
He likes us.
Wow,
We're
he
gonna be
really
best
cannot
friends soon
stand us.
enough.
Oh, God. Take a hint. Take a hint.
Can't help but wonder if he is still hiding something, though.
I think he is.
Yes, for
We
sure.
break in.
But what could it be?
Should I turn him into a frog?
I mean,
What do we know
Rivera-
about what motivates him?
Do you have polymorph already?
Yeah. I got it this level.
Oh, I was thinking that was a much higher level. I thought that was like at least a 5th level spell.
No, level 4.
Mm.
True polymorph is 6 or 7.
Okay. Sorry, you asked something, Rosera?
Wondering aloud if we can find out more about what motivates him, what we could maybe hold over him to motivate him to talk to us. He's just going to keep dismissing us until we give him a reason.
We threaten him with another mind flare. There's
He
gotta go
seems-
kidnap one.
Yeah, right. Well, can we get the one that we killed?
Can we just
Actually, can Zorkris just turn into one?
Oh,
Oh God, traumatize the guy.
yeah, but what if he accidentally mind flares all of us?
No, I mean,
it
like,
is.
can he
I mean,
disguise
it
himself
is.
as one?
It is a humanoid, so I think so.
Really?
Technically, I mean,
And doesn't
double
one of
check
us
the
have,
wording.
Yeah.
Aberrations or something?
Doesn't somebody have major image or something also?
I have major image.
Like one way or another?
Oh man. Don't know about this.
I'm here again for your brain.
Now tell me what really happened.
I want brains. I
Now,
want brains.
tell me again what I said to you.
What
when
I
last,
did to you.
When I last saw you for your brain. How is your brain?
Maybe
I mean,
Rosera could
I
break
want
in
it.
with her newfound thieving skills. Maybe she could break in and we could poke around.
you can't change your body type, so you must adopt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you.
So the tentacles would be an extent.
I guess I would say that tentacles are not limbs. I mean, in the case of a mind flayer, since it has arms and legs.
The tentacles are on his
guess.
skin, right?
Yeah, they're on his face. So, I mean, I guess it's possible. I don't see why not.
I could cast major image. What do you want to make a major image of?
Well, I thought of a mind flayer, but maybe that's not correct. Because you can't it's not like a moving, speaking thing.
Oh, it does move and make sounds and stuff. It doesn't move it doesn't move locations, but it'll sway and stuff.
Mind
Oh,
flayers
okay,
can't
yeah, you
speak
cause the
anyways. So.
illusion to make different sounds, different times. Well, Erixus can speak any language and can talk into the guy's brain, right?
Oh my
I
god.
can. I certainly
Oh
can.
my god.
Well, it's not that I can speak any language, it's that everything automatically understands me if I communicate with its brain.
But Well,
Have I heard a mind flayer speak? Can I mimic its voice, or? I mean, if a mind flayer communicates mentally.
right, but
Yeah, you haven't communicated with a mind flayer, so I would say that you would have zero knowledge on exactly how that looks and feels.
Was there
Or
anything
sounds
in
and
that
feels.
book that dealt with that?
Not in particular. There really isn't a lot of information on that, and most people who would have encountered a mind flayer close enough to have a conversation with it don't survive.
don't speak to tell the tale.
So she put a mind flayer in his house, and Erixus will tell him to come out and play nice with the kids outside, or be possessed again. See what happens.
Well, I mean, what's our end game here? What do we want from this guy, or do we not even really want anything from him?
An excellent question.
Yeah.
And then we want to
We're
send it
looking for
into a
something to do.
PTSD spiral.
All right. Well, at this point, we have no quests, right?
Huh?
So PTSD spiral it is, right?
Let's head back.
Okay.
We need to like regroup and discuss like what our options are. I still need to find something blue. We need to
You
get.
know it's blue?
Yeah. Other than like
Yes.
legitimately
Okay.
harassing this man, we don't have a good plan, and we're just standing outside and
I mean, we only
Attracting
broke into his
attention.
house twice, you know? Stole all his items.
I think we also need the. So I need to find something blue, and we need. Shin needs to get his.
I need to attune.
Glaive.
I can try to attune again.
Oh boy, it didn't go so well last time.
Well,
Possibly go wrong.
It's sentient. So what does that mean?
Maybe you have to like
Rain, can you use like speak with animals on it?
speak with glaives. I don't think so.
Speak with glaives?
What language do glaives speak? Is
Glavian.
it primordial? Because they can speak like Ignean or something.
I mean, the other
No,
thing
I
I
think
can
they
do
speak
code words. Can I do that?
Sorry,
Was
can you
it?
do what?
No, like I thought there's like a code, like a word. So if I pronounce the names, oh, I still didn't find out who the other two person is. I don't know about my mom and my grandma.
Well, you have the runes.
You've
I think
got
what we were
three
trying to
names.
figure out is like how to like,
Yeah,
figure out
you-
the runes.
You read all the names.
Yeah,
I'd have to find them again real quick, but
it's
You'd
Inari,
say s-
Inarith, Inasis, and
Earmus?
The armies, yeah.
Is
Yeah, that's
there
right.
like a church or somewhere we could go that maybe they know like your background and stuff that could help us?
Like Shin's hometown, maybe.
Oh,
Do we know like Shin's hometown? I assume Shin knows his own hometown, but
Unless he has amnesia.
He thought he knew his hometown, didn't he?
stranger
Actually,
things have
they've been
happened.
abandoned.
Oh,
Established.
that's true.
wow.
Jin woke
I
up
know.
on the doorstep of a in a
You're a
basket.
paladin, right? So that means you're like a holy avenger type of thing. Is there like a deity that we could go maybe?
Well, listen. I mean, you guys heard what the guy said. You know, now I'm having. Like, do I go back and to report to my master and say, "Hey, dude, I met this." You know, I don't know. I'm really confused right now. Everything this guy said at the bar, pretty much, now it's casting doubts on, you know, what I sought out to do. Guys.
Like everything you knew before.
It's kind of twisted now. You know, it's and yeah, I'm still trying to, trying to get a grasp of this whole thing. I don't know who's telling the truth now.
You want to go like investigate? We got your back, boo.
I mean, how far is it, Gabe?
well,
Travel there?
let's go back to the main map here. Okay, roll 20 just kicked me out of the game. One moment.
Oh,
Sick. Class of 2020.
wait a second. This is far.
Yeah, what are you in?
One second. I need to look at my notes.
All right, so if I can draw your attention up here,
Oh, yeah.
there's this region here called Okath. The region you would need to get to is somewhere I can't ping because it's off the map.
Boy.
Yeah. That's why I recall.
You needed an airship or something.
Dude, man, it's far. It's better off we do a quest along the way. I don't think it's worth
We don't have a
anyone's time,
quest.
guys. It's not worth your trouble.
Yeah, it
But I
is.
appreciate I appreciate,
It is quite a distance.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys' I know if we ever get to
Maybe
it,
we could procure a boat and we could, sail part of the way.
That would actually make it really easy, wouldn't it?
we'd still have to get to. We have to sail out of Lake Halarua into the open ocean, or
into the Gulf of Lorient. Then
the Gulf of Lorient is like we'd have to get through the Great Sea. Hey, Brian, we can finally fight your Kraken.
That's it.
It's probably somewhere around 350 to 400 miles.
It's not that bad.
Brian is polymorph. He could, move some of us as an eagle.
I can move like one of you.
Fight over it.
Well, yeah, I don't know like what our options are here. We have no specific quests.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy that hired us? What's his name?
Which one?
Hired you for what?
The book, Carmer.
Carmire. Can we message
Oh,
him?
yeah.
He's kidding us.
Yeah.
We kind of burned him on the last thing we did, though.
What do you mean by kind of?
We've
I
burned
was-
bridges, haven't we?
I was
He was
totally
trying-
up.
He was trying to take a sentient creature hostage. That is not a thing that any of us should be down for.
We were not.
I was.
What about
Yeah, we know.
you saw the same runes or whatever
At the-
in the book that we saw at the bandit hideout. Why don't we go check out the bandit hideout? Or the druids.
Yeah, where was the bandit
Halflings.
hideout?
You would also remember that the runes were arranged across the entrance, like in an archway across the bandit hideout. The bandit hideout is not very far. It's about a couple hours into the Halar Hills. It's somewhat close to the halflings, but it's not far.
It's a safe bet.
We're gonna have to
Yeah,
find
or
a
the
blue stone
halflings.
at some point.
Well, maybe the blue stone is already there and we didn't know about it because we weren't looking for it.
That's true. Erixus is starting to get antsy now that he remembered the blue stone. He's like scratching, like a junkie, if you will.
Like chunky.
Yeah, Wilbros is asking about those mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, how are they coming along?
Still got some time.
Assuming you're still abroad, it's only been half a day or whatever since you started brewing it.
Shake it.
Yeah, why don't
You aerate the wort and cut 1 hour off the brewing time.
Nice.
Oh yes.
That's a real thing, by the way.
Aerating
What?
the wort.
Aerating wort provides additional oxygen to the yeast.
It's gonna be a good batch.
Speeds
Why don't
up
we
the fermentation.
Why don't we check out the bandit hideout again? Or
Quick
where
detour.
was what's his name taken hostage? How far are we from that? Where Kabof's brain was eaten?
That was a few hours deeper into the hills and into the woods, past Kabof's tower. You would probably have.
Do we pass through the halfling village to get to the bandit place?
No, the cave is a bit closer to Hallara than the halflings are.
Okay. Let's go to the cave. Let's see what's up over there.
Okay.
I'll try.
For all we know, maybe there's a blue stone in the third rune and we never noticed it. Because we weren't looking for them that time.
What do you... Oh, okay.
From Zafari, assuming you didn't go all the way back to Hallara, it only takes about an hour to get there. And you guys arrive back at the cave. Seems to be as you left it at outward appearances. And you do still see the runes in an arch around the door.
Now, are there like inlays in the runes?
Yeah, they are carved into the stone.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace from the staff before we split up, just to, make sure that we don't make too much noise.
I'll stealth it up.
All right, everybody, give me a stealth check.
this
in case something
Disadvantage.
nasty has moved into this cave.
Yeah, disadvantage for Shin and Zorkris. Thank you.
But plus 10. Oh
But
my
plus 10.
gosh.
Holy she's Louise.
There's the rogue.
He is
40,
like at a
43.
43.
Well, the guidance.
like
Well,
a
she's not
Oh,
guided,
okay.
so still 39
Only
though.
39 stealth.
Only
Only
39.
39 stealth.
That is unholy.
All right. As a whole, you guys are feeling as stealthy as ever
Got a bush
As
with
you-
legs just walking around.
as you make your way into the cave.
Was there any are the runes themselves jeweled? I think is what Brian was asking.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, they're very plain, just carved stone. There doesn't appear to be anything special about them.
Are they like runes from the same like alphabet or?
Yeah, they're all
Same.
the same language. Yeah.
And sorry, last question. So the runes themselves, there's no like inset like place where a stone would sit.
No, they are. They appear to just be carved runes. There doesn't appear to be anything extra about them. Nothing missing. Nothing added.
But maybe it's
just-
something inside.
Plain carved stone.
Let's go inside.
Boy,
YOLO.
Trying to remember what this place looked like. This was the one where we went. There was like a couple of barracks, and then
This isn't the one where we
we
could
went
touch
through
the
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 spiders?
walls.
murdering people or?
Yeah, we were in the dark and I snuck them all out or something.
Because there were 2 times we fought bandits. One was from a camp, and one was from a cave.
Yeah.
I guess once we go inside, we will recognize
Yeah,
it.
this is the
We will.
cave. This was the one that had the horses in it, and the
Ropes?
two assassins that attacked you.
That kept
That
zorping.
That was in the
Yeah.
basement, right?
No, that was different. That was those were
Oh, that was the mirror
cultists.
basement.
The pseudo dragons were in there too, right?
Yeah,
Oh, the room with like all
And-
those traps in it.
and this is where you found and this is where you found the huge cache of supplies and the letter regarding Zondar Keep and the book with like that was like a ledger of supplies coming in and out and stuff.
Yeah, I think I still have that book. Oh, I think we're going inside.
All right. So yeah, as you enter, previously the section to the right had all of the carts
We're not
that
in.
you took. Oh. I
Sorry,
didn't.
that's why
I don't think
Set
the
it together.
player
Didn't
play.
all the way over there. Sorry, I've been staring at the screen. I'm like,
You're
suppose they
like,
aren't
I
moving
know.
yet.
That's
Can't
funny.
see.
All right. So yeah, the area to your right is the area that the carts were sitting previously, and then the beginning tunnels heading deeper.
See,
There
pure
were traps, I
darkness.
remember.
Yeah, there was a snare trap up ahead.
Would anyone have
Just
reset it?
past this. I remember. Oh no, there wasn't a snare trap this way. This door was where there were horses, right?
Yes.
Can I peek through the door, or listen to the door?
If you're listening, make a perception check. Seems quiet.
I'm gonna slowly open it with my 24 stealth. Okay, looks empty.
Yeah, seems about how you left it.
Oh, I'm stuck in the wall. Empty.
Yeah, sorry, the door went through the. Are you guys
Okay, so
doing
here,
any sort of perceiving or anything as you move through, or are you just?
I'm using memory to remember that there's a trap coming up.
All right, make an intelligence check.
Which intelligence?
Just intelligence,
Straight?
straight intelligence. You do remember that there was some sort of a tripwire here, and as you begin to round this corner, you look down just in time and see that the tripwire has been reset.
What?
Ooh. Should we trip it?
Is Thieves' Tools disarm traps?
Yeah, you can.
I look back at Rosera and say, want to try out your fancy new skills?
Certainly do. Okay, so she would.
All right, Wiros points it out to you.
I step back.
Make a Thieves' Tools check with dexterity. All right, you do successfully manage to loose the tripwire from the spot that it's anchored to without setting off the spiky wall waiting around the corner. Spiky palisade.
Does it make noise when it like discharges?
No, it doesn't discharge. She manages to work the tripwire and get it off from its mooring without actually triggering it.
Okay, so I turn back and look at all of you and nod.
Before I come around this corner, like, am I hearing anything from this room? I recognize this as the lunchroom or something, right?
Make a perception check.
Perception. Yeah.
You're not hearing anything, but you do remember that it was fairly well lit and not difficult to make out the merriment of the previous inhabitants from a distance, but it seems all dark and silent.
Okay. It's quiet. Too quiet. Think there was another tripwire up ahead?
I don't think we ever went in their cafeteria, though.
You do remember there being another tripwire right at this corner again, and you do see that this one too is reset.
Oh,
Take a step back and I point for Rosera once more.
All right, make another Thieves' Tools check.
Hey.
Easily manages to loose this one from its mooring as well, and not trigger the ballista waiting around the corner.
Whoa.
Do finger guns at the ballista.
Is Matt here still?
Was there another one?
Yeah, I'm seeing all
Oh, sorry.
darkness.
Oh,
I attack the darkness.
did I mess up your token again?
Probably when he switches shapes again.
Vision off. Okay. Let's change that.
Matt, open your eyes.
Oh, forgot about those.
Roll in wisdom check.
So I think if I recall, this fork was where we fought those assassins. Right?
Yes, in this room there, you would remember that there was previously a sizable arsenal of various weaponry that they were practicing with.
And is said arsenal gone?
Let's see for yourself.
Oh.
Looks to be.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Empty tables.
Figure it out.
Hmm.
Make another perception check, Loros. I should have had you make a general one at the start, but you begin to step forward, and as you round the corner in this hallway, and you're pulled up short as kind of an odd acidic smell hits your nose.
Acidic smell.
And you look down and realize before you that there's a reddish ooze sitting on the ground.
Again?
Goodness.
We remember this,
Rain,
right?
Rain, where are you going?
What was
That
the
was the
reddish
thing
ooze?
that turned
So we
into
remember this
Fillerin,
thing
right?
that, like, yeah, it turned into
Oh,
Fillerin
yeah.
and, like, made a mirror image of him.
Nope.
It does look strikingly similar, and as you stand next to it and realize that it's suddenly there, you feel a quick little slap as something reaches out and hits your leg,
Oh.
Oh, no.
Wah, wah.
and you see yourself appear facing you.
Handsome fella.
What did we do the last time to kill this thing?
Oh no.
We had to kill the blob. Oh,
And
I
that's where
rolled
we'll
20
end
crash.
tonight.
Okay.
Well, good timing.
Nice timing.
Oh, good. Well, at least it's not Fillerin.
What are you trying to say? You're not scared of me? I'll mess you guys up.
I mean, you don't have a bonus attack, right?
True. Alright, well. Interesting stuff.
Oh, God.
Yeah. All right, guys. That is where we're going to end tonight. We will pick up here next week. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. And we
No, I
will
think-
catch you later. Have
I think we had
a
said
good
Off
evening.
next week, right?